TCCA 2020. It is the last session of the day, and save the best for last, let me just say. This year is our 10th anniversary, and we are so excited to have attendees from all over the world joining our conference this year. My name is Andy, and I'll be hosting this session along with my co-host, Sarah. How you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing great. This is going to be a great session.
I know, I'm so excited. We were just in the last session with Courtney, and she killed it. Before we get started, I do want to go over a few items with you. If you have any questions during the presentation, please post them in the comment section. Our co-host, Sarah, and along with our YouTube co-host, Tara, will be monitoring the comments, and then we'll provide them up for discussion at the end. So, and last but not least, you all know about the super secret word, so please don't leave the session early without that password. And without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce you to our presenter for our last session, Courtney Watson. How are you, Courtney?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. We're excited. We're excited for this because we already know what you can do. So we're excited. So, okay. Well, me and Sarah are going to go backstage, and it's all yours.
Okay. I just want to say that this has been super fun. I attended sessions earlier in the day. TCCA and those folks in Aldine are amazing. So Andy reached out to me early in the week, and she helped me let me do a little practice session. So hats off to TCCA, for taking this 10th one that we couldn't do in person, but it's still been amazing. Alrighty, so you are at Catch the Wakelet Wave, and I want to say before I forget that I do have this presentation that you will have access to all of the things, but not yet. So don't stress out. I promise you will have access to some things in a Wakelet, the actual presentation that I'm sharing, all the things. You will get that, okay? And I'll also say that my computer, although I did restart, is having a little struggle. So bear with me. Hopefully we'll make it through this okay. All right. So I am Courtney Watson. I'm an instructional technologist at Conroe High School in Conroe ISD in Texas. I'm on Twitter, so if you're a Twitter user, please give me a follow. Love to see you there. I am a Wakelet ambassador, as I have on my shirt. I don't know if y'all can even see it. Oh, I didn't switch to my ambassador shirt because I finished my other session. Gosh darn it. Well, my Bitmoji has on her shirt. So I have taught 6th or 8th grades. I finished out in CTE land with college and career readiness. Before that, English reading dyslexia, read 180. I'm in year 19. I obviously started way young. But I'm excited to share with you all today about Wakelet. So I'm hoping that I can share some information with you today, and you'll be ready to ride the Wakelet wave with the rest of us. So I can't believe I forgot to put on my shirt. I've been saving this shirt since I got it from the great folks at Wakelet way over wherever they live across the pond. All right, but let's jump out. I want to talk and do a little poll and see what, if anything, that you already know about Wakelet. If you have your phone or some other secondary device and you want to scan this QR code, that is an option. You can go to menti.com, which is where I'm going to pop over in a second, and type in the code 9707512. Spaces are not necessary. So I'm going to pop over there, and don't worry, you'll be able to see the questions. I'm sorry, the questions, the instructions. Again, menti.com, MENTI, and our code is 9707512. Or again, there's that QR code for you. And even if it's not there, you can see it here at the top. All right, so what, if anything, do you know about Wakelet? What do you think it might be like? Maybe you're in the session because you're like, Courtney, I don't know what it's like. That's why I came to see. So nothing is a totally acceptable answer, but let us know what, if you had to tell us about Wakelet, what would you say? So like, I think I set it to where you could put in multiple answers. You can also do phrases. So if you put a space, I think you're limited to maybe like 25 characters or so, memory serves. So we have nothing, and that's good. I'm glad you're here because that's what I'm here for. So I want nothing to be the bigger one. Notebook, curation. I see bookmark up there quite a bit. We've got share content, visually appealing. That's for sure. Engaging, curation. That's a big one. That's for sure a big one. Okie dokie. It's changing a little bit more, but again, nothing is still our biggest one in the center there. And again, that's perfect. Portfolio, I don't think I saw. Integrated collection of work, no clue. Great. Hopefully when you leave from here, that answer will be different. Let's go to Wake Up. Okay, so a lot of people, so Wakelet is like Padlet, Google Drive, Pinterest, it's folders, Google Keep, a big filing cabinet. It's all of that, okay? So one more question for you. Wakelet is a freemium model with a reasonable yearly price for educators. Yes, no, or I'm not sure. Freemium being, in case you are not familiar with that word, because we know free is free. And it's my favorite price, free 90 free. But then there are a lot of these edtech sites that will have a free base version and then a premium option. So then we kind of mix it together and say freemium. So you can get by usually with the free version. But if you can afford to, or if your district or school can pay for it, then you can get access to a few more, more options. So we are looking like, I can't math. So we have four yeses that it is a freemium model. We have 8 who aren't sure. We got 2 no's. Okay. So these are answers or questions that need answers. And that's what we are going to do. All right. I do want to say that this is Menti that I'm using. It's Mentimeter. It's an online polling tool. I'm using the free version. It is also a freemium. It is a freemium model. And the free version gives you 2 questions and unlimited additional slides. Like if you add a picture or something. So like this, I could add this. That doesn't count against, but I can only have 2 question slides in the free. But 2 is enough for me. All right. So let's pop back over here and get to it. So here's our plan. We're going to talk about what is Wakelet. Then we're actually going to collaborate a little bit. Hopefully that works out well. We'll talk about some of the features of Wakelet, ideas for use, and then be able to send you on your way ready to create your own. All righty. So first off, Wakelet is just a free visual content platform that allows you and your students to organize and curate online information so that it will be easier to find and easier to share. So we're going to check it out in 3 easy steps. Step 1, you can literally bookmark anything, articles, videos, blogs, tweets. If you can find it online, then you can save it to Awake. And even if it's not online, if it's on your computer, you can upload it to Awake. Step 2 is going to be to organize and curate all these things that you found. So, once you start to save all those links and you bookmark that blog or that website, it's just going to be great. Oh, I know this is perfect for this project that I'm doing with my students. You can then arrange them into, as they call it, these visually stunning collections. And they really are, or they can be. You can add additional images and text, and then you can also just add more content just to make it all just that more meaningful and more engaging. And then step 3 is to collaborate and share. So you have gotten all this information, you put it together and it looks great. And so now it's time to share it with people. You can also add collaborators. So your students or your coworkers can be added to a collection, and then they can also share their ideas and information on that same collection. We'll talk about what a collection really is. And then to me, one of the greatest pieces of Wakelet is that you can share this entire collection with all these different links and things that you put in there with one link. So instead of having to send your students, 2 or 3 or 20 different links to go to different places, or you send that email to your colleagues that has 4 or 5 different sites that you want them to go to, one link, they access it, and then they're able to see everything that you wanted to share with them. So that's the 3 steps. Wakelet definitely integrates with your favorite apps, so it's going to make it even easier to share just that one link. So whether you are a Microsoft district and you're using OneNote or Teams, or you're a Google district like I am, and you're using Google Classroom, we don't use that. Personally, we use Canvas, but there's an integration for just about every app out there that you're probably using. Wakelet is also very, the word is not in my brain right now, but they are very active on Twitter and always taking ideas and suggestions. And so just this past week, they were asking about other integrations that people want to see. So their goal was to integrate with all these different apps so that you can just improve your workflow and make it just that much easier to share your collections. So this video that I have for you when you have access to the presentation is just a really basic walkthrough of how you sign up, the Wakelet home screen, and how to start a collection. But at this point, I figured it would be better for you to just see it. So if you're able to, either open another tab on your computer or on the secondary device, and you're going to go to wakelet.com, Wakelet. Closed caption does not like Wakelet. I'll let you know. I've done a Wakelet presentation before, and we get everything from Wiglet, all kinds of things. But Wakelet, you can scan this QR code, or you can enter this join code on wakelet.com, CE1C9E5. I am going to click here, and I told y'all my computer was a little bit tired. So if you go to wakelet.com, I'm actually on the educator tab. Let me go just to the Wakelet tab. You should see enter code. And that's where you enter that code, which again is, whoops, C, the lowercase, I'm not sure if caps matters, CE1, C9E5. Click join. If you do it from any other, whether you click the link or scan the QR code, it should drop you here to this add your name. So if you would, please go ahead and add your name. That's how you'll be identified when you add things to our collection. So yeah, that one's there now. I'm going to add your name too, but I won't add my name on that one. If I can get my computer to catch up with me. Okay, so when you first get in, if hopefully y'all are getting over there, you'll see this edit collection button. It has a kind of like a little walkthrough for you here. So get started. You're going to click here to edit this collection and add your own content. You can just click OK, got it, to dismiss that. So quickly, here's how I have this set up. I want you to see how easy it is to use Wakelet. I want you to add a tip or tool that you can't live without in your classroom or for remote learning. It could be a website, a tech tool, an article or a video or a tweet. Possibilities are endless. And I said, even if you maybe just have some favorite funny video out there, or some funny picture, anything, basically just share something with us. You're going to click this green edit collection to enter it. You're going to click the green plus sign to get started, and then be sure to complete the door prize form after you've contributed for a chance to win some Wakelet swag. So I am going to go ahead and hit edit. It'll update in a second, and I'll see if anybody's been able to add anything yet. Okay, so this is all that's on there so far, and I did cheat a little bit so I could have a link that I could grab easily. Okay, so if you can try to put yours, all of these green plus signs is how you can go in. Try to leave those up at the top, but if you can, it's no big deal. You'll hit the plus sign, and you can see your options of how to add things to this collection.
Courtney, not trying. I'm so sorry. We are getting a lot of requests in the chat for the code one more time.
Oh, sure. Hang on one second. Let's do, here we go.
So CE1 9E5. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I posted it in the comments. Thank you.
Perfect. I was like, yeah, because that's better. Because the only way this works is if y'all add stuff to the Wakelet so we can do it together. Okay, so while y'all are getting in, now I can show you. So you have lots of options. If you have a URL, that's the first option, is ready to paste, and that's what I have. I'll put it in a second. Text, images, you can upload PDFs. This is something new that they've added where you can actually create your own collection within my collection, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. You can pull directly from your Google Drive or OneDrive, and you can make a Flipgrid video. I remember on our word cloud, somebody said Flipgrid was integrated, and they are correct. Okay, so like I said, I did already have a link there for you. Oh, somebody added something. Yay, somebody's in there. It doesn't like my link. I don't know why it doesn't like my link. Hang on. So y'all keep adding while I try to get my my life together here. Copy. All right, let's try that again. Yay, Jennifer added something. Paste. There we go. Now it likes my link. All right, and so just that easy. My link is there. You'll notice that changes are saved automatically. There y'all are. I see y'all getting in there now. So I could pop out right now and hit done. But I also want to show you how I like to kind of set things apart, and it's probably going to end up in the wrong place because we're all adding in together right now. But something else you can do is I'm going to add text to kind of add like a text header to separate things a little bit. So again, I'm cheating. I already have it, so I didn't have to waste time and type. So I can make it, put it as a heading, and then just a little bit about the video that I added. Now, in theory, I wanted it to be added right above, but like I said, it'll probably be mixed in with some things. So let's click done and see what we have so far. Hang on, I'm coming back to y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, so let's see what we have. I'm going to hit refresh. Where are we on time? Okay, we're good. Okay, cool. So we have 14 items, and I know we didn't have that many before. So there we go. This looks great. Yes. Carmen added as a Google form. Laura just doing a little bit of practicing. So like I said, it just kind of pushes things down. You can rearrange, and that's what I'll probably do is, rearrange. Oh, mine stayed together. That's good. So that's how you can kind of break things up. So you can have a little description, and then you have your video there. Anything else underneath? Okay. Now, while y'all are still hopefully keep adding, okay, I want to talk to you about the door prizes, or computer screen prizes, I guess we should call them. So the link is here on the demo Wakelet, and it is a bit.ly. It's bit.ly/catch the wave door prizes. I'll drop that in here so that Andy can copy it. Catch the wave door prizes. Case sensitive, so it's all lowercase to make life a little bit easier. So once you've added to our Wakelet, even if you don't do it right this second, you're doing it a little bit later, make sure you get something added to our Wakelet and then go over to this form. Not too much. Tell us about the tip, tool, or idea that you added to our group. And even if you just said, I just practice adding text, whatever, give me your first and last name and your email address. And we're going to have a drawing. For what? Well, I've got some stickers. Okay, we have our little robot-y person. I got several of those. Got them in another color. And I have t-shirts. So what happens is when you're an ambassador, Wakelet likes, they love swag. They love to send you things to share with people. So I probably got this swag back in early in the spring. Because again, where are they? They're not in London. It's not in my brain, but they're from way away from Texas. So at any rate, I got this for some sessions I had planned over the spring and summer. And then of course, COVID in 2020 happened. And so I have a box of shirts and stickers that need a good home. So I don't know exactly how, maybe 2, if we get it, let's say we get at least 10 people to contribute to our Wakelet, then I'll do the drawing at the end for the shirt and some stickers. US only, sorry, because I'm a teacher. I'm making teacher money still. And I'll ship it to you. So that's why I need your email address so that I can contact you and get your shipping information. Okay, so that's there. You have access to the our demo Wakelet that you can get back to. I see the code is going in the comments for you. So you can just add things to it. Okay, let's see. So like I said, I just hope that you'll add something so everybody can check it out. And I just wanted you to get a chance to kind of see what on earth was I talking about when I was saying collection and add things. Okay, let us pop back over here. All right, so now hopefully you're back over here with me. And now that you've actually seen and used Wakelet, let's look at some of the awesomeness that is Wakelet. There are some key features.
Hi, sorry,
go ahead.
Courtney. I just wanted to talk to the attendees real quick. So if you log in to Wakelet, you do not join with that code. So you don't log in. You just go to Wakelet, and up at the top, dang it, let me go back.
I'll go back. I'll go over.
Yeah, just go to wakelet.com. You'll see sign up. You'll see login. Then you'll see enter code. You click that. So if you made an account and you signed in and you tried to use the code, you can't get in that way.
Yes. So
Yeah,
I had to make sure I logged out of Wakelet in order to show you all how to use the join code this way. And I did it on purpose, and I'm going to talk to you about it because it's really one of the key features of Wakelet, especially if we have anybody who has like elementary students, that you don't have to have an account in order to access Wakelet. So she's right. Thank you for that. So if you signed up, like she said, or made an account, or if you already were a Wakelet user and logged in, there's a way for you. I can still let you in, but it would be a whole different way. So just sign out and just do enter code here.
Yeah, can you walk through this process? Because
Sure.
We have some people who are not seeing the green plus button, but it's not a green plus button. Just walk through the process of entering the code.
Do I need to, okay, how about this? Let's do this first. I'm going to log in. So just in case you're logged in, and just show you just how to log out real quick. Because that's what I had to remember to do. So, but it would work. All right. So log in with Google Works, which is the bee's knees, because who can remember passwords, right? Okay. So if you made an account or you're signed into Wakelet, which we'll need to look at a little bit later, you would see all your little home deals, and then there's no enter code spot. So just click on, if you don't have a picture yet, it would just be the little, standard icon. Nope, I lied. It's the 3 dots for more. That's going to take you to your profile. Sorry. Okay, over here, the little 3 more dots, and then click log out. So if you are logged in and you made an account, log out.
Yes.
That will take you back to just your generic Wakelet screen. And we're looking for, next to that login and sign up button, enter code.
That's the one.
And there it is, if somebody can remind me, CE1
C9E5.
C9E5. So CE1 C9E5.
Yes, and you do
so you
not
have to have your contributor code, no login, just contributor code.
There you go.
And then I hit join, and my computer is ready for a nap, so she's thinking about it. And so now I have my little invite code. It wants a name. And then I click add, and that will drop me into this Wakelet that we now all have access to.
Yes. Okay.
So from there, again, it's always going to tell you like how to do things. So you have to hit edit collection in order to add anything. So you've got this green button up here, edit collection. And now you're in there where you can go in and add things. It's going to load for a little bit. Somebody is telling us about Loom. So any of these little green plus signs will allow you to add. So if I hit this one, it'll add it up here at the top. If I want, maybe I want my comment to be here between I love Loom and Nearpod. So I hit my little plus sign, a URL, text, an image. I can upload a PDF. Let's see, do I have an image to add? Let's choose from library. They do have the Unsplash library. And let's say, I don't know, Saturday. I don't want Pepsi. Let's do that one. I don't know, it's weird. But it's just that easy. So you can upload images. So we do have, so I hope that helps. I'm sorry about that. I'm glad somebody, I love it. Bitmoji, custom text, good times. Canva.com is amazing. Somebody uploaded an image. Humans are coming. I have shirts if somebody wants to win a shirt. Okay, so all of y'all that have added something, if you haven't, don't forget, pop on over and make sure you fill out the form. So I'll be able to grab names in about 20 minutes. And we can do a drawing. Okay, let's see. Boop. Nope. Boop. Okay. Are we good? All right. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, key features. The first one we've already seen is collaboration. You saw it was just that easy. Not a little bit harder than we thought because we needed to not sign in. But without requiring accounts, I can get a link that I can give to you in some way that you can click on, and then you can have access to the same Wakelet collection, no accounts necessary. So sorry that I wasn't clear about that. But you can totally do it without an account. You can also allow your collections to be copied. I don't think I have ours set up that way, but it's on your side. When you create it, you control whether or not you can allow that. And then users would see a copy button up top. So then they can make a copy of the collection and then add things to it. They become the owner, and then they can add additional things to it. Let's see what else they have on here for us. Immersive Reader there's over 60 languages. It's built into Wakelet. Anywhere you saw, and we'll see it in another time, anywhere you saw this little, why are words so hard, y'all? This little book with a speaker icon lets you know that you could use Wakelet to have that read to you. And we'll talk more about that in a second. If you haven't heard about Immersive Reader, great for inclusivity and equity. It's going to increase your fluency, help increase your fluency for your English language learners or those readers of other languages, help build confidence for those struggling readers or emerging readers. And there's some text decoding in there to help for students with dyslexia or visual impairments, lots of things, okay? All of these also, if you notice, are linked to tutorials. So like I said, you will have access to this. And so each of those is an actual live link if you want to kind of go see some tutorials on those different deals. The last one for the key feature on this page, you can embed your collections. So like I said, my district is a Canvas district. And so if you want to, remember we talked about instead of having to give students 15, 20 different links, I can give them this one link that has all the information. I could also embed that into, say, a Canvas page. So they can see the videos from YouTube and the images and the notes and text things that I put there, but it's all, they stay within Canvas and don't have to leave to access that information. One thing I do want to note, unless it's changed, you do lose that immersive reader feature when you embed your collections. Honestly, I'm not sure if that's only true in Canvas or if that's something that happens whenever you embed a collection, but it's just something that I think is good to know. And like I said, we'll take a look at immersive reader in a second. Wakelet Spaces is a new highly requested feature. So it's accessed from your home area on the left-hand side here, excuse me. And you'll get a menu so that you can name your space and you can add an image and then you just click create. And now you have an extra, it's like a whole nother account. This is the way it had to be done before. So like if I wanted an account for school and a personal account, I would do one with one email address and another with a different email address. Basically, you have now made these kind of little multiple mini accounts all within the one. Your spaces can be private or public, and you can just make new collections or you can add, you can switch them around. So if there is a collection in this one that I want to add to this new space that I've created, then I can do that. Okay. So where this could come in handy, the last time I talked about this program with people, they were like, oh, how can I make different Wakelets for my different class periods? Now you can. That's what you can do with spaces. You can make one that's specifically for a project or a unit, or maybe you're doing some research. And so, but that's a way you could use spaces. So there could be one for AP World History first period, AP World History second period, and then you give that information, that joint information, to your students for their specific class periods. So like I said, this is one that is a biggie. I have this in here for you, how you can use Wakelet Spaces for the virtual classroom, and a link to a great blog about that. All righty, so let's just look at a few ways that Wakelet can actually be used. Now you know what it looks like, you know what you can do, how are people using it? So we'll start with teachers. Teachers across the world are using Wakelet in lots of different ways, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but Wakelet was not built for education. It was a program meant to organize and curate and bookmark things from the web. Like they said, make these visual, stunning collections. And it is used a lot outside of education, but it was also adopted by the education sector. And honestly, I don't know if adopted is the right word. It was more like taken over by education. And then the people at Wakelet have just latched on and run with it. So they are very education oriented. And it's a great program. Some things that teachers are doing, making classroom newsletters. You can personally document your professional development, create interactive lessons. So you have the videos and images and things that you want to share and have access to. It's great for group research for your PLN or your PLCs on campus. Lesson planning, just a great place to collect all your resources. How are students using Wakelet? Submitting assignments. It can be used as classroom discussion. I'll show you an example in a second in the main presentation Wakelet that talks about using Wakelet almost like a back channel and for classroom discussion. Digital portfolios, project research assignments, just all the different things. So let's take a quick look at the difference between users by age. So if students are 13 and over, they can make their own accounts. Sign up, have an account, create their own collections, create their own spaces, make a public profile, join collaborative collections, and then save their own bookmarks. 13 and over, so essentially junior high, middle school on up can make their own accounts. Students who are under 13 can use Wakelet by either joining a collection or a space. So they can join a collection by, same way I showed it to you guys, a code or a link or a QR code, enter their name, that's it. They can enter just first name, they can enter just initials so you know who is who. They can add content to the collection. The good thing, and I don't know if anybody has noticed already, you cannot delete other people's items. So I can as the owner, but if I go in through the join code, I cannot go in and delete anyone else's entries. I can edit my own. You as the administrator of that collection can remove content. So if something is questionable or doesn't make sense, you can take it out, and you can also remove a contributor. You don't have to leave them on your wake, and you can also reset that code so that it doesn't work. So essentially kind of closing it off. They can also join a space. Very similarly, you can give them a code or a link. So that's when we talk about if you make one for first period, or if you're in elementary and this one is for reading, you can give them a code, and which allows them to join that space. They can add their own collection or just add images and things to your collection. Again, they can edit what they have. You can remove them, you can reset, and you can also assign contributors to be admins who can also delete and edit collections. I think of that one more if you're talking about using it with your PLN, or your PLC, I should say, I'm sorry. So if y'all are using it maybe to store resources for your department, you can let somebody else be an administrator as well. So if you needed to delete or edit things, you'd have somebody else with that power. So that's how it can work for students under 13. No accounts required. This last one, how can librarians and tech coaches use Wakelet? Sharing resources with the people who need them the most. Even if you're not a librarian or a tech coach, again, with your team, when you have your PLC meetings, it's a great place to make a resource hub for event and media information, a digital library, a great resource for parent information, session feedback, and again, back channels. There are probably hundreds of Wakelet collections out there, y'all, for remote learning when you go to Wakelet, and ed tech tools and social emotional learning, just everything that we've had to deal with over these last few months, because it's a very, very easy way to gather all that information in one spot and then send it out with that one link to share with other people. Again, newsletters. I know one of the instructional coaches on my campus that I work with, I introduced her to Wakelet last year in September. And by the Friday of that week, she had changed her weekly email into a Wakelet. And that's how she sent all of her department communications and updates each week, was through a Wakelet. So the three of us hold a coaches connection via Zoom every Tuesday. And so then what do? We put our recordings and then any additional information into a Wakelet. We also have the whole Wakelet embedded in Canvas. So we have a Coach's Corner Canvas course for our staff. And so it's embedded there. But the entire Wakelet is a collection of the video and then a whole Wakelet about whatever that topic was. I also do something called Potty PD bi-weekly that I put out in the staff restrooms, but I include a copy of the file and extra information in an easy to access collection. So on the actual paper copy of the Tiger Tidbit, there's a short link or a QR code. And don't worry, the paper is in sheet protectors, y'all. But so they can go and get additional information, captive audience when they're in there. Okay. A day in the life of the Wakelet enabled classroom. So with the addition of spaces, like I said, I think that's a super game changer. Now you're talking about being able to have a separate space for each of your class periods and things like that. You can curate resources. So everything they find online, YouTube videos, documents, articles, whatever, any additional content, and share it with the class and the learning community. Lesson planning for you, because it's web-based. You can use it from anywhere that you have internet access. So you can create those plans wherever you are. Student assignments and class newsletters, just a couple of ways that you could use it throughout the day in the classroom. This is from one of my coworkers who I introduced to Wakelet this year. Is a summer teaches earth science. And so she has gone and made a space for her earth science class. And then within that space, she has a collection. One of them is a choice board assignment. And so it has all of the 9 options and then some extra, directions and things like that. And then she also has another one where she made, I believe, an extra credit assignment. That's one collection. And then she has all of the unit. So unit 3, all the things they need for unit 3 is in another collection. Okay. All right, so the last thing I want to do for a few minutes is kind of just go through and show you, this is a different Wakelet. Okay, this is not our demo Wakelet. This is the full presentation Wakelet that has several examples and resources that you are going to be able to use to get you started with Wakelet. So I'm going to pop over to it. I'll tell you, this is the font that I chose was not a good choice because you cannot make it lowercase, but this is all lowercase. So it's just wke.lt/w/s/ls_6qj. And I think I'm still signed out. I hope. I'm going to pop this over here so we can drop that in the control paste. And I see a question, and yes, they can be embedded in Google Sites, I think. I know that doesn't sound 100% because I'm not. Because you can get, yes, because you can get embed code. Okay, had to work my way through that one. And I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, there's a way you can get embed code, and then you can embed into, should be able to embed into a Google site. Okie dokie, if we can get it to load. Alrighty, so this is our main presentation Wakelet. It has lots of things in here. Got a little picture to identify it. This first one is a link to the presentation, the slides that I'm going through in presentation view. So it's just, you can look at it, click, next to see all the slides. Everything is clickable and all the things. This one is a file make a copy version. I think I actually might have done a template preview. I can't remember, I'm sorry. But this is the one if you want to open it and then make a copy to add it to your drive so you can have a copy of all the information. That's the one you want to use. I linked to our demo Wakelet as well, so you can get back to that from here. And then I just want to talk about some of those features we just got through talking about. I just wanted to kind of show you what they look like when you're over actually in Wakelet. So again, you notice I'm not signed in. So that's why it's trying to get me to save this collection. So first I want to talk about read mode and immersive reader. So if you're sharing articles with your students, there is something in Wakelet called read mode. So you can add the article, and that would save a step, right? Because you can push this out to your students and they can go directly to that article, and that's great. But you could also have them use read mode, which is this little icon that pops up when you hover. And it's going to, what it does is it gives you that little kind of simplified page. If there were a lot of photos or ads or anything like that around the side, all of that's taken away. Okay, so it's already a step up. But wait, there's more, because you can also use Immersive Reader. So again, like I said, if you don't know about Immersive Reader, it is a Microsoft born product. And basically you can get like text to speech. So I'll hit play real quick.
While students in grades 7 to 12.
You can make a few little changes here, voice speed and things like that. You've got some text preferences where you can make the size bigger and smaller. You can increase or decrease the spacing, make some font changes. You've got some different color options to help with, for people with any kind of visual issues. We've got grammar options with syllables and the parts of speech. You can label them and have them identified by certain colors. And then my favorite, under reading preferences, there's line focus. That might be helpful for, sorry, I didn't mean to turn it off. For some people, 1 line, 3 lines, and I'll show you how that moves. Let's do 1 line.
Maybe testing their independence. Parents.
So to help that focus, also under reading preferences, there's a picture dictionary. Let me turn off line focus. If you have enough text, you can even do 5 lines at a time. Picture dictionary, here's a good one. Okay, so you'll get some images to go with the words if they have some in the picture dictionary that's linked there. And then my favorite is the fact that you can translate. Sorry, but I'm turned because I'm looking at a second monitor. So the last time I used it, let's see, I did Chinese. Let's do Arabic. I like to do Arabic because I had a student my last year when I was teaching college and career readiness who was brand new and only spoke Arabic, and I did not have immersive reader, and it would have been fabulous to have. It can do by word. So let's do school.
المدارس.
Okay. Or you can translate by document.
في حين أن الطلاب في الصفوف من 7 إلى
I like it also because you can go between the 2 languages. So you can go between English and whatever language you translated to. So again, all of this right inside Wakelet. I just hit my little back arrow and I'm still in Wakelet. I haven't gone to another site. My kids are still right where I need them to be. All right, we're going to speed this up. This is going to walk you through about how students are using Wakelet for collaboration. A little bit about Wakelet Spaces. Again, this is a pretty new. It just came out in August. It just added this feature. Wakelet in action. This is just a list of different ideas of ways you could use Wakelet. Classroom discussions, classroom newsletters, class activities, and picture collections. This one I wanted to talk about. So when I was preparing this presentation that I did in the summer, my principal sent me a text and said, hey, I need to collect all the pictures of the admin staff from the different schools in our feeder zone. What do you think is the easiest way? Boom, Wakelet. Within about 10 minutes or so, she had an account. She went in and made a picture. Let's zoom in so y'all can see this. Okay. You can see it's by Dr. Rotasha Smith. She put in her little instructions, and then right underneath, she has, I think, 40 items. So that's names and pictures that she was just able to send out that same little invite code that I had for you all. People didn't have to have an account. They could just upload their images, and then she had an easy way she could go and grab those images. Make sure I go back to regular view. Digital storytelling. So you'll notice that these all say Wakelet collections. We like to call those tidal waves. This whole presentation, this whole collection is my one collection for this presentation, right? But I also have other Wakelet collections within this collection. We call those tidal waves, okay? So digital storytelling, hyperdocs. Like I told you, there are hundreds of remote learning hubs that people have created and shared out there. It's going to be packed full of information. School libraries, come on. Student portfolios. If you didn't catch Tisha Poncio, she did a couple of sessions on Wakelet for TCCA. So I would definitely say go catch her recordings. But this is one that she shared during Wakelet Community Week over the summer. So she has a student tech team, and they had to do resumes and digital portfolios. If I can get it to load so I can show y'all. So this is Tisha's collection that she shared with her students with the invite contributor code. And they then were able to go in and make their own collection. So each of these are individual collections. So instead of just adding pictures or text to her Wakelet, they went in and made their own collections, and then in their collections, they added the pictures and the text and the sites. So again, I just thought that one was just a great way to show how that could be used with students in the classroom. Subplans. I know a lot of us are still virtual, so subplans are not as big of a deal, but this is a great one for subplans because you don't have to worry about, can they log into the computer? Can they get into the school's, system and things like that. Using it for templates, tutorials. Like I mentioned, that community week, it was the first ever community week that they held over the summer. So I linked you to it. So all those videos and sessions that they shared, then they're all there. And so I just included a couple that I thought were great. Then I have for you some getting started resources. They have a little like Surf the 5 Cs with Wakelet through Microsoft. You can kind of get like a little certificate, I believe, and a whole Wakelet as an educational tool. Let's see. Some get inspired resources. This is going to just show you some amazing Wakelets out there, maybe give you some ideas. A whole section on app smashing. You'll notice these are all tweets, right? So there's Wakelets with Adobe and Flipgrid and Google Classroom. This came this week that they are officially Google partners. Coming in for my 10-minute warning. No, not yet.
4.
4 minutes, yes. Okay. So all the apps, Microsoft, OneNote, and Teams. Come on, you can do it. Let's see. Join the community, okay? And then I linked some accounts that you'll want to follow. I do want to log in, and I'll pop back over so we can wrap this up, but I want to log in because I saw somebody's question. I think I'll have to be logged in order to see it. All right, so while that's doing that, this last little bit, I don't even know who Julie is, y'all. I don't remember where I heard this or where I saw it. She's not on Twitter. I looked her name up there, but I remember saving this quote to my Wakelet of quotes. And she said, I was telling my husband about Wakelet. He said, it is the original spirit of the web. Awesome. And I just thought that was a very good description of Wakelet. Is, just what was intended for the web, like not all the other stuff that we need to kind of skip over sometimes. Some things they have in Wakelet for you: Surf School, for you to go in and kind of get trained on how to use it. I have on the slides also about their different programs. These are the different kind of badges and different levels that you can earn with them. They even have a student program that you might want to check out. There are apps. That's how I got started with Wakelet, is because I added the app. And when I was scrolling through Twitter and I wanted to save something, I know we all find something great and we email it to ourselves, or, we say we're going to go back to it and we have no way to get back to it. I've just made collections, language arts, math, ed tech ideas. And so you can just save it from the app. There's also extensions. So when you're on a site and you find something, you can save it directly. It takes about 2 clicks. You find it, click it, save, click the collection, save. I did want to make sure I hit this special note. Is Wakelet compliant with COPPA, FERPA, CSPC, New York Ed Law 2D, I don't know what that one is, GDPR? And the answer is yes. And so I have this slide linked for you that has all their information about their privacy policy and their compliance. Okay. And then now you're ready to get started. Hopefully you got your 3 steps: sign up, which some of you already did, create, and then once you create and add some things, share it. The rest of these slides, I just kind of have some to walk you through just the basics of getting started. Make sure you fill out your profile. And I also linked you to some useful resources. And then there's my contact info. And I put that picture there to remind myself to do the drawing. So I'm sure Andy's going to pop in so we can talk about special word. I'm going to try to go over to the spreadsheet and grab the names and drop them in so we can do the drawing.
All right. Thank you so much, Courtney. I'm also bringing back to the screen my co-hosts, Sarah and Tara. They have been awesome in just kind of like helping us monitor the chat and answer your guys' questions and post links and stuff, while Courtney continues to be awesome and great. This is Courtney's Twitter handle, so make sure you go and follow her. She's got a lot of cool things to share, so make sure you continue to follow her. Also, follow the TCCA conference and use the hashtag. Share some really cool things that you learned. And finally, what you've all been waiting for is the super secret word for the last session. It is success. So go ahead and type that in to get... My brain stopped working. Type that in to get your certificate. Okay. Are you ready, Courtney, for your drawing?
I think so. All right. So I've got the names in there. I hope I got everybody, because my computer is being like she's angry, y'all. All right. So that's definitely more than 10. So I say we do 2. Yes. So let's do it. And I need to write this down so I don't forget. To I don't want to ruin that. Giela. Okay.
Maybe Gayla.
All right. I think I have it set to pull names once they're chosen. Say it again.
I said maybe it's Gayla.
Could be. Oh, Miss
Got it.
Talkin.
Gayla.
Say hey, Miss
My
Talkin.
friend, my old coworker.
Oh, I love her. I worked with her at Grantham.
I think that's her. Okay. Did she used to work in Conroe? I'm almost certain that's her. And like Facebook friends and everything. And so this wasn't like done ahead of time, I promise. Or somebody else with the same name. Hey, I am going to go ahead and just do one more spin in case I cannot get in contact with one of those winners. Okay. And maybe, who knows, I'll just send out a third one. I don't know. We have to see how much shipping is. All right. All right, and so hopefully y'all, those three winners gave me their email addresses, and so I will be in contact with you guys. And with that, I'll say yay. And I'm done. Thanks, guys. Did y'all answer? Somebody asked a question about when you save it, how do you get back to it? Did y'all answer that question in the chat? I just happened to see that one on the screen.
No, it was not answered.
It was not answered, yeah. Do you want to go ahead and answer that real quick?
Yes. And of course, I'm not signed in. That's why I thought I did all that ahead of time so it would be signed in. Okay, well, if it won't load, if you are on Twitter, Andrea, if you tweet me,
okay,
then I will. I'll just make a little screen recording and show you where it is.
Absolutely.
Like I said, my computer's she's over. She's over it. She needs a nap.
Thank you so much, Courtney. We appreciate you. Thank you so much to my amazing co-hosts, Sarah and Tara. I appreciate all that you've done today. And to the awesome attendees, thank you so much for making this the largest technology conference free technology conference in Texas. Okay. Anyways, guys, happy Saturday. Great way to end the 2020 TCCA conference. Bye, guys.